Hi, hello, Joel here, the top 229th listener of the Caretaker globally in 2025, and welcome to a surprise tier list video, where I will be tiering things in my list with tiers. Okay, so here's the gist, here's the situation. Since the ancient times of 2017, I've uploaded at least something to my YouTube channel every single year. And this is the first year where I've actually not uploaded anything. The Santa's Got Swags don't count, they're guaranteed every single year. Like, that series will go on forever, and when I do pass away, I'll have some estate in my name who will like continue the series for me. I'll figure it out, don't worry, I have a plan, okay? I have a plan. So like I say, I don't count the Santa's Got Swags. I've uploaded at least something every single year since 2017, and 2025 has just been so busy and terrible. I've not had the time to make anything. So it's December 30th now. I've literally got the remaining few hours of this day and then 24 hours tomorrow, and then it's 2026. So I thought I'd try and challenge myself, try and like sneak out a little video before the new year, just to appease my OCD. I don't have OCD, but you know what I mean. It's satisfying to have something every year, you know? Okay, so I know I didn't get the video out in time, and it's very much no longer 2025, but I guess I forgot how long it takes to edit videos. It's not a job you can do in the night, is it? And also, I guess life's just gotten quite busy again. But it's fine, and if you mention it, then I will cause despair upon your family, and your children, and your children's children, okay? Shut up. So when deciding what I should make, I needed something low effort, something I could just record in one session, then just edit it all in one session too. I decided to shamelessly steal one of my friend Cameron's concepts, who has this series where he tries to tier everything. That's the whole concept. He tiers everything. And according to this Vsauce video, there are approximately a lot of things, and the guy's only made 7 episodes so far. That's pitiful. That's disgraceful. More like a tier list of some things, a tier list of not many things. And the last one he uploaded was pretty much a year ago, so someone needs to spearhead this project, and that person is me. If Cameron doesn't want to tier everything, then that's between him and God, but I will continue the legacy. I will tier everything. So anyway, let's not waste any more time. We do have everything to tier. So speaking of Vsauce, we'll put him on the list first. He's just a really great science communicator. He has such a way of melding all these different concepts and linking them. He makes really good videos, and he should make more, although the shorts he makes are good as well. So Vincent Sausage will be going into A tier, right here. Cameron brings a lot of chaotic, deranged energy to his tier list videos, by the way. I don't think I'm going to be able to capture that, but I'm here to tier things, okay? I have a very utilitarian task right now. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to entertain. I am here to tier everything. So as you can see, true to the Cameron style, I'm making this video in Flipperclip, the children's drawing and animation app. But to be fair to to be fair to Flipperclip, it has been such a good resource for me for pretty much the entire time I've been making YouTube videos. All the Santa's Got Swags have been made in Flipperclip. If Planets Were People was made in Flipperclip. It's one of those situations where I've definitely grown out of it in a lot of regards, but I don't know, don't fix what isn't broken. So I will also be putting Flipperclip with Vincent Sausage in A tier, just for being a very reliable and useful little app. Next, I've got that very specific feeling you get when you get hit in the nose. Say you accidentally bang your nose against something, that very specific nasally kind of pressury feeling, it's horrible. And there's no other pain like it, I think. It's such a unique taste in pain. You will be going into F tier. So now we're going to be doing a bit of pooch ranking. In S tier we have Josie, my Sprudel, I think is the name. I hate dog breed names. It's just a dog, innit? It's just a dog. She's a doodle of some sort, very, very human looking eyes. I am kind of scared that one day I will find a zipper on the body somewhere and find that there's been a tiny little man living inside her all this time. But she's very cool and will be going into S tier, the first S tier of the ceremony. She's very cute, very iconic. Next year she will be turning 10 years old, so she is, she's a bit of a decrepit old thing, but, we still love her. And she's also made quite a few appearances in some of my really old videos, so you know, she's also a bit of an icon on this channel as well. But hello, who's this? In S tier we have Ralphie, who joined our family just over a week ago. The second dog I've had in my lifetime. Yeah, he's been wonderful so far. He is very, very small, tiny little man. He likes to bite electrical wires. That's cool. And he will also be going into S tier. You know, we've only had him about 8 days now, but he's already made such a big impression and he's got such a big personality and he's lovely. But unfortunately, Josie desperately wants to kill him. Josie wants him dead, so unfortunately we're gonna have to boot Josie out of S tier and take her down to E tier. I don't make the rules here. I'm sorry. I guess S tier is only big enough for one dog. Although to be fair to Josie, it has been over a week now and Ralphie hasn't been horrifically mauled to death yet, so you know, I'm pretty confident they'll get along just fine. You know, I'll take her up to D tier. She's tolerating him. She's so mean to him. He just wants to play, and she's just like a grumpy bitch. And no, I don't mean female dog. She's a bitch. But our third dog of the night is this little guy. This is Jomvet. Okay, Josie's barking downstairs right now. I don't know if that's been picked up on the mic. That's her trying to kill Ralphie as we speak. But yeah, this is Jomvet. I don't know how you pronounce that. He is a delightful little freak. One of the only gems in the nihilist, edgy purgatory that is Instagram Reels, and he will be going in A tier with Sausage, with Flipper. Going into E tier is male pattern baldness, which, you know, it does suck, you know. It's okay, that's not Josie or Ralphie. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's Jomvet. But yeah, male pattern baldness will be going into E tier. You know, it's not too good. You know, it's a bit distressing for some people, but it's not going in F tier because there is one saving grace to male pattern baldness, and that's because without male pattern baldness, we wouldn't have bald people who are just brilliant. Straight to S tier. We all have a bald man we truly love in our lives. Beautiful. Shut up. In B tier we have porridge with blueberries, which is it's a sound breakfast. It's very nice. You know, I don't feel horrible after eating it like a full English. And the mild flavour of the porridge with the like juicy tartness of the blueberries, it's a really nice combination. And I feel healthy for eating it. You know, once I've had my porridge and blueberries in the morning, then I can just eat like chocolate for the rest of the day. And speaking of chocolate, also in B tier we have the boozy pink champagne truffles from Hotel Chocolate. They are great, but they're going into only B tier because, you know, once you have more than like 2, you do just feel horrible. But they're so Moorish. Is that what Moorish means? Like, you want more of something? I actually don't know. Is Moorish a place? Is it like a place in Ireland? I don't... Moorish, of relating to the Moors, North African Arabs. And they're called... Okay, so a bit further afield than Ireland, but what is this? Moorish. Why is this a pie chart? You're saying there's overlap between the Moorish and Moorish? Causing one to want more, usually of a foodstuff. Okay. Olives from Andalusia. What? Okay. Are you saying... Oh, so olives from Andalusia are of Moorish origin, and they're also Moorish. I get it. What am I thinking of in terms of like an English place? Moorish refers to the medieval Muslim people from North Africa. What are the Moors? That's what I'm thinking of. The Moors are a diverse medieval Muslim No, they're like a mountain range, right? Moors in the UK generally refers to vast open heather-covered landscapes in the North York Moors. Alright, the more you know. This is a very educational time for me. Well, we will be putting the Moorish people in... I don't know, they seem cool. Sure, put them with the truffles. In S tier we have the bass guitar, the best instrument in my opinion. You can literally play just the most like lame shit on it, but it sounds so cool because of how like deep the tone is. And you know, there are just 4 nice fixed strings, the intervals between each string is the same, you know, it's none of that like fiddliness of the guitar, you know, it's lovely. It's the instrument I feel I understand the most, and it goes with the bald man and the boy. In B tier, we have the heated blanket. It's really nice to sleep with one of these, like under your top like blanket layer, but they can get too warm. Your body temperature does naturally drop at night, so one of these can quickly get quite uncomfortable if it's been left on for too long or it's too warm. When I'm going to sleep, I need to be at such a particular temperature, and I feel like with the heated blanket, I'm often too warm, so C tier, B tier, B tier. I do like a heated blanket. And I'm sure the Moors love their heated blankets too. I'm sure of it. Certain. Out, cramp. Ouch. Foot cramp. I remember Cameron previously tiered cramps in one of his videos, but I just got a cramp right now, so I'm feeling personally offended, and I'm gonna put him in F tier. Are you seeing the pattern here? The kind of red energy. Okay. I just searched big guy into Google, expecting to find, like, you know, the Ice Spice song. I wanted to tier, you know, the Ice Spice's song Big Guy. And I was expecting to see pictures of, like, Ice Spice as a SpongeBob character. You know, she's just like a pill, like a Tic Tac with, like, a ginger afro. But I mean, I can tier Big Guys, I guess. Why is he so angry? I do think it's strange to give, like, a ranking to a body type. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what shape a person comes in, but you know, a big guy can go in A tier. We all love a good big guy. We finally have something to welcome into C tier, and that would be SpongeBob Big Guy Pants Okay. A song I am quite torn on. You know, it's definitely no SpongeBob and Patrick confront the psychic wall of energy, or Ocean Man, or what was the one they did for the 2015 film? The one that's like, Squeeze Me, was that it? It's such a weird, I can't tell if I hate it or like love it. I've listened to it more than a few times, and it's literally just one chord. Hey, I hope you like F minor, because you're not going to find any other chords in this song. I do like the poetic, Brechtian absurdism of the line, SpongeBob Big Guy Pants Okay. What could that mean? It makes one ponder, you know? It gives us some food for thought, and for that reason, it's in the center of the tier list, you know? It's not bad, but it's not good. In D tier, we have the best grain of sand on the worst beach. It's got to exist out there, just by definition. I mentioned my Spotify Wrapped at the start of this video, so let's tier that one. This is completely, like, unshareable. It's the kind of thing, like, people would do on purpose as a joke. But no, this is genuinely my Spotify Wrapped. It's just all the Caretaker's albums. People are like, oh, show us your Wrapped, Joel. Oh, what's on your Wrapped? Slowed down, distorted ballroom music from the 1930s and 20s. Haunting ambient songs of anguish representing someone's death via dementia. I'm one of them people who need to listen to music a lot of the time to get to sleep. And, you know, I've done my Aphex Twin, I've done, you know, what's it called? The Marconi Union, Weightless. You know, there's a lot of good sleepy stuff out there, but something about, like, the Caretaker, particularly the early stages of Ever at the End of Time, as well as some of his other albums, I just find them really relaxing, and I found something that worked for me, and I stuck with it, I guess. It's like the soundtrack that scored, like, most of my nights. So I do really love the Caretaker's music, not just as like a musical project like Ever at the End of Time, where, you know, there's a lot to be said about like the messaging and everything, but just the music itself. I love that, like, era, that wartime era of music, especially when it's slowed down and given a bunch of reverb. Very, very relaxing. But although I love the music, I'm gonna give the Wrapped itself an F, because this shit's unshareable. Actually deranged. My last year's Wrapped was a little better released. I think it had Radiohead on there, like, amongst all the horrific, experimental, like, noise, ambient music. But yeah, F tier. Me needing music to sleep at night basically makes Spotify Wrapped just useless to me, because I do have a somewhat normal music taste, like, hidden there somewhere, but it's just drowned out by, you know, all these hours and hours and hours of kind of ambient music. I think there's a way to turn off certain albums to make them, like, not contribute towards the final Wrapped. I don't know, I'll have to look into that. Or maybe I should just cancel my Spotify subscription because it's a terrible company. In A tier, we have joggers, which I only started wearing, like, in the past few months. And it's like, I don't know why I didn't start sooner. You're telling me it's socially acceptable to wear pajamas outside, pretty much? It's so comfy. Now, as you can see, I haven't really been ranking too many things relevant to the year 2025 itself. I kind of wanted to keep it kind of neutral and, like, I guess apolitical, because it's been a very, very stressful year for everyone, to be honest, me included, definitely. You know, we have our own problems in our lives to worry about. Sometimes it takes too much mental energy to worry about the rest of the world as well. And there has been a lot to worry about this year. I want this video to be something people can watch to just chill out and turn their brains off and just not worry about the state of the planet right now. Not to create controversy or anything, but just, it's just a bit of fun, Which is why next I'll be ranking the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump. He's so cool. He's so cool. I love him. Think of all the incredible things he's done this year and every other year. He did that. He's so cool. He's my favorite guy ever. He is going straight to S tier, where the great man belongs. Let's put him over here. Let's give him some space, He deserves his own personal space. Oh, look at him, living the high life. There we go, there he is. A great man. So up next we've got snipers, specifically this crazy guy with a gun. Terrible, horrible. Straight to F tier. And we're gonna give him a bit of space too. He can go up here. And, I think he's a bit tired. He's sleepy, he's a bit tired. I think we're gonna put him on his back so he can have a nice rest in F tier where he belongs. Get the ruler out. Let's move you over here a bit. Yeah, that works for me. So yeah, snipers, F tier, terrible. And also in F tier we have my digital footprint after the joke I'm soon about to make. In A tier we have Tenor, great guy. Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, I can't believe that was this year. This year's been so terrible, but also it hasn't flown by. That's a good thing, at least. I hate it when it feels like a year's just flown by like nothing, but no, that was like mid this year, the new Deltarune chapters. And Tenor was definitely a standout of those chapters. He's so cool. My favorite Tumblr sexy man. In F tier we have Billy Piper as the 16th Doctor. Reject that shit. That is just a baffling decision from like a production standpoint and also like from an in-universe standpoint. We've already had David Tennant come back to play not the 10th Doctor but a different Doctor, so now he's hogging up 2 of the numbers in the numbering system. He's both 10 and 14. That was strike 1. Now this is like strike 2. We had the 14th Doctor who was this like gimmick Doctor, like this old face returning. Then we had Ncuti who was like a brief like normal Doctor, and now we've got seemingly Billy Piper playing the 16th Doctor. It's just silly at this point. I feel like there should be some kind of like sacredness with casting the Doctor, and you shouldn't just bring back like old actors, I guess, for the wider audience appeal. It's like the concept itself will go in F tier, just the worst decision possible, but also that's not to say Billy Piper couldn't do a good job. It's just it's not that it's even a bad thing necessarily. It's just it shouldn't have been an option. It shouldn't have been something that happened. That being said, I am very excited for the 2026 Christmas special, which will presumably star her as the Doctor, and I will be there. And I can't wait for Billy Piper to regenerate into Matt Smith as the awesomest Doctor. Josie's still trying to murder Elfie downstairs. I hope that's not being picked up on the mic. If that continues, I'm going to have to move it down to E tier. Or God forbid, even E tier. Also in F tier, we have generative AI, which is a thing that exists now, I guess. That wasn't a thing when I last regularly made YouTube videos. Not that I'm going to regularly make them now. This is probably just a one-off fluke. But yeah, this is here. Pandora's box is real. On a daily basis, we're now shown pictures of human beings who don't and will never exist. It's dystopian. If you actually sit down and think about it. I'm seeing it more and more frequently, not just online, but in the real world as well. Like, I went on holiday to Whitby this year, and they were selling like fudge and posters and stuff with AI-generated like Dracula imagery on it. It's just very disappointing. Not only like refusing to hire actual humans to make artwork, but just from like an aesthetic level, like it looks hideous. The kind of plasticky, just horrible like AI like look we've come to know. And I am quite confident that like no matter how much AI keeps advancing, we will always be able to kind of detect it. Like right now, AI like generated humans, you could describe them as like being like plasticky or like uncanny. Not even uncanny, just there's something off about it. The brain knows what a real human looks like. And right now we're at a stage where we're very capable of like detecting when an image is AI. But I think at some point the images will probably be so realistic that we can't actually point to any like describable details, but we will just know somehow. I don't know, just a gut feeling. I can't believe I left YouTube for like 4 or 5 years and you let the robots take over. What would you do without me? And obviously I know AI does more than just generate terrible images or videos or music and stuff. It can be applied to other more useful things in like the realm of science and stuff, but you know, this is just applying to like artwork, I suppose. Oh, sorry, what's that? AI can be used to detect cancer in people early and potentially save lives. Yeah, don't care, pick up a pencil. In S2 we have Sudocreme, S for Sudocreme. This is the one product you apply on your face that like actually works. Like, I will stand by this for my whole life. It is miraculous. It clears your skin up so nicely. Like, if you have acne or spots or anything, like, it's the one thing that's too good to be true that actually is true. Not a moment goes by where my face isn't lathered in the good white stuff. In B2 we have code words, basically like secret words or phrases that trigger someone to do an action. Just a very useful thing to have around. And it's important that the receivers of said code words listen out very carefully for the word's arrival. In S2 we have the Tully monster, of course. You know, I've done it into the ground a bit over the years. You know, it's an overused like joke, like an in-joke, but the Tully monster didn't become my channel mascot like by accident. It's great. Speaking of in-jokes on my YouTube channel, in E2 we have Ivan the Incredible, or Jelly Tea, or whatever it's called, who cares? There was a character from this film, this buff gentleman here, who, you know, me and also Cameron kind of made like a running joke on both our channels. A bit of a forced joke maybe, I don't know. It'd been a running joke for like around 6 years, but me and Cameron realised we never actually watched the film. So about a month ago we actually sat down and watched it, and yeah, it's garbage.
If you want a good tip, then take a trip to the Tarzan Cove.
No. Then take a trip to the Tarzan Cove.
No. Then take a trip to the Tarzan Cove. No. Then take a trip to the Tarzan Cove.
Then take a trip to the Tarzan Cove.
No.
It's not good. The Danish were being freaky with this one. But I'll compensate that with a good Danish film, because in A2 we've got Festen, a Dogma 95 film, meaning it was filmed with like a lot of restrictions, which I think just add to the film's like effectiveness. So pixelated. It's filmed in a certain way where it has this nostalgic like home movie kind of feel to it, where, you know, you feel like you are attending the celebration, like you really do feel like you are in this film when you watch it. And it also has a really good message about like resilience and standing up to abusers. Yeah, it's great. You hear that? Police are after me for making such a mid-tier list. Police are after me for what I'm about to do to a certain person in S2. In A2 we have the Pharaoh Akhenaten. Okay, his name does not sound right in my accent. Akhenaten. It's like I'm saying natten, like nothing. Akhenaten. Akhenaten? No. Whatever. Yeah, in A2 we have Akhenaten, the founder of Atonism and the pioneer of praising solely the sun god, perhaps the first monotheist, a very interesting figure in ancient Egyptian history. And did I include him in this tier list just so I could put his cool stylized statue in my thumbnail? Maybe. But what of his equally famous, if not more famous, wife, you may ask? Well, don't worry, Nefertiti is also going into A tier, right next to her hubby. And the surviving bust of Nefertiti that was like contemporary to when she lived, it's so, like, forgive the phrase, but there's so much aura to it. Like, the missing eyeball is so, it's so cool. I'm telling you, successful harvests along the Nile weren't the only thing she was farming. The royal couple. How cute. In B2 we have these very specific fridge milkshake flavors. If you're in the UK, you know, you'll know this instantly. I think these were discontinued like over 12 years ago or something, but I remember them being so nice, especially the sticky toffee pudding one. Magnus Monkey Stiffy. Good lord. Yeah. Freud would have a field day with that one. You go into B tier. And the only reason I'm putting them in B tier and no higher is because it's been such a long time since I've tasted them that, you know, I could be like wearing rose-tinted glasses, or I guess have a rose-tinted tongue. Like, I've got no way to know if they actually tasted as good as like my memory tells me it does. But god, if I could try these just one more time, I remember them being so delicious. We've got room for one more thing to go in S tier between the Tully and Trump, and that would be this little stress toy I didn't steal it, I took it with permission. I took it from college, and genuinely, this thing has gotten me through so many like essays and research papers. This is the fidget spinner wishes it could be this thing. It's so satisfying to just like click the pieces together. You can see it's a loop made of little like interchanging colored pieces, and you can like click them open and arrange them into shapes. Very, very cool. I'm sure Donald Trump's playing with his stress toy when he's signing tariffs and invading Venezuela. In A tier we have James House, the creator of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, a true video gaming legend. And joining James will be Diffusers, which, if you don't have one of these in your bedroom, die.
Joining my space and future will be this very, very pixelated, low-quality meme where the text is completely undecipherable. But even through the mist and the fog of all the pixelation, you can still very clearly tell it's Willem Dafoe. And it just makes me laugh a lot. It's very, very funny. So there he will go in future. Future needs a bit more population. And I think it's a serviceable meme, and he should go there.
Next up we have the very video you're watching right now, and yeah, easy C tier, mildly entertaining. There we go, right next to
the meme of Willem Dafoe, which I really love.
And on second thought, I sure Trump won't mind having a few more S tiers in his domain, which is why I'm going to be adding 2 separate items, the first of which is the Smug Cleanman, and the second is the Enraged Dirtyman, and these are 2 icons who have filled me and Cameron's Discord messages with joy. At first I was going to put the Smug Cleanman in S tier and the Enraged Dirtyman in F tier, because they are kind of yin and yang like that, but as I said, they are yin and yang, you can't separate them, they are like one in the same, they have to go together. So the Smug Cleanman and the Enraged Dirtyman are a kind of like meme format me and Cameron created. I guess it's kind of like my version of a rage bait comic, but without the weird like 4chan energy. So if someone is losing an argument and they are just like spewing like word salad, like getting nowhere, just like enraged and angry, they are the Enraged Dirtyman, and you can simply reply with this image and you have classified them as the Enraged Dirtyman and you have won the conversation, thereby becoming the Smug Cleanman. Please use these 2 images in your own conversation. I want these 2 to spread far and wide. I love them. So welcome to S tier, Cleanman and Dirtyman. It's a very top-heavy tier list. I guess I'm just in a positive mood today. We're coming close to the end now, but joining B tier is Chitan, the self-proclaimed 0-year-old fairy baby hailing from Japan. I'm a bit suspicious of this creature, I have a bit of a feeling it's a guy in a suit, but the 0-year-old fair whatever. And there's lots of fridge milkshake for you to enjoy in B tier. And sticking with the theme of Japanese freaks, we have Nyango Star, who can play the drums very, very well. And his name is a great pun as well. This subhuman abomination now lives happily in B tier. And now we have come up to the end of the tier list, but I've got one final item to add. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to be tiering Grapefruit. Oh shit, Chitan, the 0-year-old fairy baby, whatever the fuck. Oh my god, that bullet wasn't intended for you. Oh, this is such a tragedy. It would have hit James as well. What was I thinking? Well, rest in peace, Chitan. I can't believe you do this to me, Sniper. This is stupid. Well, I guess since my assassination plot just failed, there's no need for Trump to be in S tier anymore. Come on, buddy. We're moving you. What? Why won't you move? He's stuck. He's been glued. He appears to have glued himself to S tier. What a fiend. Well, I guess I might as well just tier Grapefruit anyway. Grapefruit can go in C tier because I actually don't have any strong opinions on it. I don't think I've ever even had it, but it's a fruit. How bad can it be? So yeah, that's what Grapefruit goes. Tragic. Chitan is dead. It's my fault. What a shame that the tier list had to end like this. Well, that's everything I planned to tier done, but Cameron traditionally ends his tier list by going to Google and looking for a funny stock image to tier. But I'm not going to do that because that's stupid. Bye. Happy New Year.